This didn't make for great reading this morning. According to new research, women who go through stressful experiences in middle age are more likely to suffer memory loss later in life. It found women who'd been going through things like divorce or death of a loved one were worse at remembering lists of words a decade later. But it wasn't the same with men. So do you worry about things like this? You know, not only from the perspective that we've all had fairly traumatic things happening in our lives, but we've also got dementia in our lives through family members.
Yeah, I mean, ever since my mum had Alzheimer's and that, obviously it's a massive fear of mine. So whenever I forget something, I panic. You know, I will sit there and I'm terrible with names. Like, I'm good with faces, but I'm terrible with names.
But have you always been terrible with names, only now you worry about it?
Well, no, I feel like I have, but then now I worry about it even more because now I seem to be worse. I mean, I've come off this show and people go, oh, who was your guest today? And I go, can't remember.
Yeah.
You know.
Who was the panel? I don't know.
Who was the panel? I don't know. Someone was sitting next to me. I don't know. But yeah, but I do worry. But then I have to think I'm also doing a lot of things. So I think because I'm, you know, I go home and I'm mum. I've got the pets. I've people are phoning me about work. So constantly things going in. So it's really hard to remember it all just becomes jumbled up.
The thing is, you're beating yourself up over something that's normal, because I'm so impressed with how many things you get through in a week, Coleen. You have a whole family at home up north, you come down on the train, you get up really early in the morning, you get on the train, you come here, you still arrive before me. You do the show, you stay in a hotel, or you might go back, you do other work, and you're juggling all these things whilst running a home by remote control.
Yeah.
Is it surprise that you can't remember?
No, it's just sometimes I get embarrassed because, you know, someone will say something to me and then 10 minutes later we'll repeat it and I'll go. And in my head I'm thinking, I don't remember that. But I'm too embarrassed, so I go, yeah, OK. And then I walk away and think,
I just use it to my advantage. You could tell me the same joke 20 minutes later and I'll still find it hilarious.
But don't you think this is really common, and it's unfortunate if it's another thing for women to worry about? And obviously, as Coleen has outlined, you know, we already get up every day and look for lumps and worry about getting cancer. We already get up every day and worry about whether we're going to get dementia. And now we've got this extra worry about our memories just going because something happened a few years ago. And it's even I worry about it to a limited degree, but I have tried to put positive things in place to deal with it. So number one, before you go to sleep, write a very short list. Don't write more than 4 things you're going to do the next day, because that's going to be something you're going to fail at. So write yourself a really, really short list. The other thing is, you know, if you don't know someone's name and they come up to you, just go,
I can't remember your name.
I always do that. I just go, I wait for them to speak. Do you know, it sounds funny, but it always works. If you come up to me when I'm in the supermarket, you always think you know me because you see me on television, and I just go... Or perhaps I do a snarl, let's be honest. But I do think that we have to come up with positive ways of getting through our day. And also, let's be honest, we scroll through things on our computer. We pretend we're reading it, but we're not. We're scrolling. Yeah. And I got an email from a builder yesterday, and I looked at it, and I was scrolling up, scrolling down, thinking, what are the options with this window? What is this man talking about? It could have been in Urdu. So I tell you what I did. I went back to that old-fashioned thing called paper printer, printed it out, and now I'm looking at it on a piece of paper, and I can understand it.
It's making more sense.
And it makes more sense. So don't be embarrassed to do something like that. I mean, we've all got to come up with things, because our brains are not like the computer. The computer stores all the things that are happening to us in the desktop in folders. So we all put things in folders. In our heads, how can we? So you've got kids, you've got pets, you've got journeys, you've got other work, you've got your script you're meant to be learning that you haven't learnt. I know that. But I can, you know, we've all got it to a greater or lesser degree.
What I used to do is, just until probably about a year ago, I used to put everything in my phone to just remember, because I have my phone with me most times. But then I could never remember where I put it in my phone. So now what I do is I have a Filofax. It's massive, but it's great because you can just keep remembering and change the years. but then I have to just keep flicking through everything. But that's the way that I try to, because my memory is appalling.
Yeah, but
it's really bad.
It's reassuring, though, to sit here and hear you all say that you suffer from that, because I think when you do think you're suffering with memory loss, you feel quite alone with it, and it's almost embarrassing. But, like, hearing you all say you forget things is kind of like, oh, it's OK.
But another thing, a simple thing, write a paper diary. You know, everybody putting things in their phones, that's more scrolling. I keep a little paper diary and then I write in it what I've done.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, we remember our singing and the lyrics eventually, but how do I get up on the stage and remember that when I can't even remember what happened yesterday?
Yeah.
Worrying.
Do you know it's not? Actually, your brain's being really smart and it's prioritising, because you need to remember those lyrics at that time.
Everything
and I
else
think
is
we put too much pressure on ourselves to remember absolutely every bit, but our brain is really smart and has already put it into compartments. So, yeah, don't worry. Don't worry, Shock. You're remembering everything you need to.
Oh, thanks,
I'm Andrea.
Ruth.